Much of Colorado woke up to flurries flying and snow already stacking up. This here is video from Timnath just this morning. Good evening, everybody. I'm Dillon Thomas. Thank you for joining us. The snow and frigid temperatures made for quite the slick driving conditions on this first alert weather day. Of course, we have first alert meteorologist Joe Rook and now joining us, and he's been tracking the forecast this whole week. Joe, the snow has stopped falling at this time, but man, those temperatures continue to dive.
I'll tell you what, one or two flurries, but any.
Joe, thank you so much. Well, the city of Boulder got nearly half a foot of snow out of this storm alone, and that means the plows are definitely out. But a new measure in the city designed to help budgets and overworked snowplow drivers means plows won't always clear side roads right after it snows. Your reporter in Boulder, Sarah Habakowitz, rode along with a driver looking to change course. Sarah, thank you so much. In Aurora today, hundreds of people gathered to protest a barrage of executive orders and memos from the Trump administration focused on immigration enforcement since he took office just on Monday. President Donald Trump since then has attempted to end birthright citizenship, blocked refugee admissions, expanded deportation efforts, and ended a long-standing policy that discouraged ICE officers from conducting enforcement actions in sensitive areas like schools, medical facilities, and even churches. The group who organized today's demonstration says they oppose mass deportations under Trump's so-called Operation Aurora. It's part of a countrywide day of action in support of immigrant rights.
I've just found it. Community.
ICE reports making 593 immigration arrests on Friday across the country. In response to our questions about ICE enforcement in sensitive areas, the agency tells us they have not carried out any operations at schools or bus stops. They added that their enforcement efforts are focused on public safety threats. The Denver Public School District is signaling that they won't cooperate with what Trump's administration officials are describing as the largest migrant deportation effort in U.S. history. DPS says that they could potentially lock down campuses if federal immigration agents come knocking. That has been part of a district policy since 2019. The district enrolled more than 4,000 immigrant students from Venezuela, Colombia, and Mexico just last year. The U.S. State Department has frozen nearly all foreign assistance worldwide, effective immediately. A memo sent to all U.S. diplomatic posts on Friday calls for immediate stop work orders on existing foreign assistance and pauses new aid. That means life-saving global health aid, development assistance, military aid, and even clean water distribution could all be affected. Meanwhile, 4 female Israeli soldiers held captive in Gaza for the last 15 months were released Saturday in exchange for 200 Palestinian prisoners in Israel. It was the second release of hostages under a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. The next exchange is expected on February 1st. UNICEF says that while casualty data has been difficult to gather in Gaza, they estimate 70 children a day have been injured since the conflict began. A Colorado doctor from Children's Hospital is among a group of medical professionals who recently traveled to Gaza to help out. Your reporter in Aurora, Michael Abeta, spoke to him about the need that continues in Gaza even as the ceasefire holds. Dr. Michael, thank you so much. A 29-year-old man is in custody after 2 people were shot outside a bar overnight near the popular Edgewater Public Market. It happened shortly before 2 a.m. outside the Skyline Pub near Sheridan and West 20th. Edgewater police say a physical fight between a group of people inside the bar led to the shooting outside. A man and a woman, both 28 years old, were taken to the hospital, one in critical condition. Moments ago, police identified the suspect as Sebastian Kott. Now facing a number of charges, including attempted murder. Police say he and the victims did not know each other on a personal level. Tonight, to the southwest part of our state in Castilla County, where officials believe an animal may have been involved in a deadly attack. Take a look at this map right here. It happened in the Sangre de Cristo Ranches area. That's about 35 minutes south of the Great Sand Dunes National Park. Officials in the county are waiting for a coroner to determine the actual cause of death. Anyone visiting or living in the area should make sure to stay aware of their surroundings. Well, still ahead on CBS News Colorado, how Front Range Community College is giving its students double the resources for their education. Well, as your reporter in Northern Colorado, I'm focused on all the stories that matter to you in Larimer and Weld counties. And for years now, across the country, there has been a steady drop in enrollment when it comes to higher education. To help combat that, while giving students of all economic backgrounds an equal opportunity, Colorado State University and Front Range Community College are now partnering to create the RAM Transfer Academy. While it'll be giving students from the community college to take advantage of services on both campuses while they study.
That's coming up.
All right, Joe, thank you so much. Well, listen to this. No water, no heat, no fire alarms. Just a few reasons why an apartment building in Denver has been shut down by the city. Those living in this building have been telling us they've been given temporary housing. This happened at a building owned by CBZ Management. They have a reputation for owning several apartments with unsafe living conditions, and that includes one of these ones right here you're seeing behind me in Aurora. That will close in just a matter of a few weeks. Both the cities of Denver and Aurora say that they did everything possible to compel CBZ Management to fix their problems at their properties, saying they don't take moving people out of their homes lightly. But it's also become too dangerous for them to stay. Your reporter, Tori Mason, reports on the situation at both properties.
First.
Well, the city of Denver has suspended the landlord license of the William Penn Apartments, which means they won't be able to sign any new leases, new or renewed, until a public hearing and discipline process. Now, this is the first time that the city has ever had to take this kind of action. Jasmine Arenas, your reporter in Denver, is talking to residents who scrambled to move out by 5 p.m. today, and you can see her full report tonight at 10. Covering Colorado first, the Denver Public School District is adding new technology to keep classrooms safe and anxiety down during a crisis situation. The district just rolled out its first phase of Crisis Go. It's an advanced alerting software to streamline communication during an emergency. Your reporter in Denver stopped by Southmore Elementary School during one of their drills to see how this new technology works. Vice President J.D. Vance cast the tie-breaking vote for Hegseth's nomination after 3 Republicans, including former Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, sided with Democrats in opposition. Turning to our weather now, First Alert meteorologist Joe Rook joining us. And we were talking about a little earlier, the snow might have slowed down, but the temps are continuing to drop.
Oh, yeah, the cold is.
Tributes are pouring in honor of Dana Crawford. She is often credited with the revitalization of much of our downtown Denver. Crawford died this week at the age of 93. The Crawford Hotel downtown is named after her, and she is credited with the redevelopment of more than 800,000 square feet of historic property. That includes Larimer Square and Union Station. All right, First Alert meteorologist Joe Rook back with us for one more look at our forecast.
I'll tell you what, good. Now we get a break with some dry weather, and then we snap a finger, kick right back into it.
This chair makes you look like you're 8 feet tall compared to me. That is incredible. When we come back, you'll be at a more, yeah.
We'll fix it.
Joe, thank you so much for your forecast. Well, time is running.
You know what Charlie said he's also excited to do? Skiing. He's 38 years old, had never skied until last week, went up to Vail, said he liked it.
All right, sounds like we need to get you out there with him, right? On assignment.
I like that idea.
All right, we'll talk to the news
I'm going to talk to the news director right now. I'll put that in.
All right.
Chuck Nasty Vail trip. All right.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Dillon.
Rod, thanks. Well, the snow may be meaning misery on the roads, but it's a blast on what we were just talking about, the sledding hills across the metro area. We'll tell you about a new ski park that officially opens tomorrow, maybe with Rod Mackey in Denver.